Hello and welcome to this video showing you how to add a WebEX meeting to your Moodle unit. The WebEX meeting may also be called a WebEX training center depending on which version you use, or a virtual classroom, as it allows you to digitally create a virtual classroom environment using the WebEX training center. When you're inside your Moodle unit, select Editing and make sure it is turned on, and then Add an Activity Resource. From this list you will select WebEX Meeting. This can be found within the Activity section of the Activity Resource Selector. As you can see from the drop-down menu, you can have the Training Center and the Meeting Center. The Training Center is more like a full virtual classroom environment with more permissions that you are able to set and define, and the Meeting Center is much more open but still allows for the same level of sharing should you require it. Give it a name and a description, highlighting what the WebEX Center will be used for. You can choose a start time and an expected duration. This is not a hard limit, but just allows the student to know how long they're expected to be part of the session. You may also set the time according to when the session will start. You can choose date and time. With the additional meeting settings, you can choose to make sure the recordings are available for a student. And if you extend the availability, the session will be available for a longer period after the session would normally have closed. Once you've done this, click Save and Return to Course to take you back to the main topic spaces. You should now see the session you have just created in the correct topic space. To run the session, you will need to select it, and once inside, it will give you a range of options. As an academic, you should be able to host the meeting. Students will only be able to join the meeting. Once you have selected Host Meeting, if you have never used WebEX before, it will then offer you a prompt to install it to the browser you're using. In my case, it was Chrome. It would do it for Firefox and other browsers too. Just follow the on-screen instructions and it will then add it to your browser. It can take a little while, which is why that footage was sped up, but it should just roll through. You may be prompted that it is an external site. Just select Continue. It will then load up the WebEX environment for you to have access to the full classroom session. You can see that it loads up the volume to check that it's working for you. You can also check through the Audio tab whether you are using the right microphone and speakers to make sure it's going through the correct set. Just drop them down, select the correct ones and OK that. At the top right of the screen, you should be able to see the Participant, Chat and Recorder area. The ones highlighted in blue are currently being displayed, but if you just click them, they will disappear, and click them again and reappear. You can also minimize them by clicking the little arrow next to their name, so they are tidied away. The recorder, once on, to turn off you must click the Stop or the Pause button. Just closing the window does not stop the recording. Down the bottom left, you should be able to see that it still says recording. If you wish to stop it, just press stop, as I say, or pause. To the right of that, you can choose other areas that may not yet be displayed, the question and answer section and the poll section. You can minimize those and use them as required. These are slightly more advanced features that you may feel overcomplicate what you are trying to do at the moment, and that is quite alright. However, I would urge you to look at them and maybe find time to learn how they work for use in future sessions. Under the participant window, you can have it set to mute on entry, so that students, when entering the session, are already muted. They are not able to unmute themselves. As you can see, as the host of the session, I'm able to mute and unmute myself despite that setting. By clicking the webcam, you're able to turn on your webcam so that the students can see you and have a conversation. When the video camera is turned on, clicking the little icon to the bottom left of the video screen allows you to set the active speaker or choose someone to be the main participant that is speaking for the piece. Once you're happy with it, just select OK and the option is set. Once you've completed a session, select Recorder again and you're then able to stop the recording. It will save it to the WebEX servers, and this allows you to then share the video at a later stage Bear in mind that if you do use the WebEX Training Center over the Meeting Center, the video is not a video but a kind of package created by WebEX. Using the Meeting Center allows you to create an MP4. Some of the other features of WebEX are the fact you can share your screen, files, or content. By clicking the drop down, you can choose to select either a particular screen that you may want to use. As you can see here, this was screen 3 for me. Or I could choose an actual application and share that. If you wish to share your WebEX session itself, maybe to show a student where to find the chat window, you can choose Share and My Session window. This allows you to share the WebEX environment, which does not appear when choosing it through the central part of the screen. Using the Share file, it will load up a selection window, allowing you to pick a PDF or PowerPoint that you wish to share, and it will load it into the WebEX environment. This might be used over the Share Screen option, which would share your desktop over the internet, as this allows annotations and allows people to interact with your presentation at the same time as you. The PDF will load, and you'll be able to then work through that as a normal session that you might do in class. Thank you very much for watching this particular video.